Today, I would like to take you on a journey through the history of the National Hotel in Natamak. Situated at 63 to 65 Main Street, this establishment has a rich and fascinating past that spans over a century. Let's start in November 1875, when Peter Scott purchased Lot 6 and Friedrich Sudoltz purchased Lot 7 of the hotel's current location, both paying £11 each. However, just a year later, Mr. Scott sold his portion, Lot 6, to Friedrich Hinneberg, who was a sawmill proprietor at that time. In 1877, Mr. Hinneberg embarked on the construction of the original two-storey hotel, personally cutting timber from the nearby Natamak Lake. At the end of that year, Troy Knight became the first lessee of the hotel, followed by Carl Krashel. During 1879, Krashel faced issues with the owner, Mr. Hinneberg, who was experiencing financial troubles. To recoup debts, the bank attempted to sell some of the hotel furniture. However, Krashel disputed this, claiming that Hinneberg had purchased the furniture for him, making it unsellable. In June 1880, Mr. Hinneberg lost ownership of the hotel as the Colonial Bank took possession of the premises. Carl Krashel continued to manage the hotel until 1884, when William Mitchell took over the lease. Unfortunately, Krashel faced financial difficulties, and the following year he became insolvent, attributing his losses to the termination of his lease at the National Hotel. The ownership of the hotel changed hands once again in 1886, when John Carrick purchased Lots 6 and 7. Franz Schiele became the proprietor in 1890. However, in July of the following year, a devastating fire broke out, reducing the 25-room wooden building to ruins in just 40 minutes. Undeterred, Mr. Schiele rebuilt the hotel by August 1892, creating an impressive two-storey brick structure with 15 rooms upstairs and 7 rooms downstairs. 3 months later, he transferred the victualler's licence to John and Ellen Conway, who stayed in Natamak for 3 years before passing the lease to Thomas Blight in December 1895. In July 1901, Blight sold the National Hotel to August Nischke, who held the licence for less than a year before passing it on to Frederick Ratcliffe in 1902. Ratcliffe, along with his wife Mary, also owned and operated a general store adjacent to the hotel. In 1904, stockyards were built at the rear of the hotel. In 1907, Richard Potter became the new owner of the National Hotel, and in August 1910, he expressed gratitude to the fire brigade for saving the hotel from a blaze that engulfed the neighbouring Ratcliffe residence and general store. Michael Whelan succeeded Potter as the proprietor. In 1918, Michael Whelan appointed his sister, Elizabeth, as the hotel's manager until she left Natamak in 1920 to take over the victualler licence of the Railway Hotel in Denali. Whelan continued management of the premises. The licence of the National Hotel was transferred to Paddy Keneally in March 1928. In 1930, Whelan and his family relocated to Denali to assist his sister, leaving the hotel in the hands of Michael O'Day for a brief period. James Byron took over in 1931, but sold all the furniture and effects of the hotel while living in Minyip. In May of the same year, a mortgagee realisation sale took place and Michael Whelan returned to reclaim ownership of the hotel. At the end of 1931, Whelan purchased the rival establishment across the road, the Natamak Hotel, leaving Natamak as a one-pub town. Over the years, the management of the National Hotel changed hands multiple times, with various families overseeing its operations. In 1959, a destructive fire broke out next door at Hoof's Central Garage, damaging the small office building, but the hotel itself was saved thanks to the fire brigade yet again. In the early 1960s, the balcony was removed and has never been replaced. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, different families managed the hotel. In 1978, Trevor and Robin Smallacombe took on the establishment and became the longest standing publicans running the business for 24 years. In 1980, the Smallacombe's made additional renovations, including the construction of a pool room and 6 accommodation cabins. In 2004, John and Kathy Strudwick took over the running of the hotel from Trevor and Robin Smallacombe. Since 2010, the National Hotel has been under the capable management of Bill and Anne Lovell, who continue to offer their warm hospitality to patrons. And there you have it, a brief overview of the National Hotel's intriguing history, from its humble beginnings in the late 19th century to its present-day charm. This establishment has witnessed numerous changes and stories over the years.